Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 32. We are starting off here in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. On the map it says Jackson, but people call it Jackson Hole. I'm not too sure why. But one of my favorite things about traveling is when you travel and you visit like a city early in the morning. It's early Sunday morning. There's literally nobody around. I mean, it's super quiet. You get to really see the city. You get to really, well, first of all, parking's easy. Like, you don't have to worry about it. Usually, you're not paying for parking yet, and there's plenty of it. Look at that, plenty of it. Look at these. They have these like awesome like statues. You get to see the sunrise if you're in an open, beautiful place like this. I mean, this bear gonna eat me. Ah! Got a picture with Moosey. All kinds of fun stuff to do. Of course, you want to see the city when there's lots of people around and stuff like that, because that brings the city to life. But here you get to really see it without having to worry about all the commotion of being in a city. Especially a touristy city. Look at these. These are like elk horns. I don't know if they're real, though. It's a lot of elk horns to be used to make this. Elk antlers, I should say. Antlers, sorry. Alright, when there's clearly a sign that says no parking for the next 2 miles and you see a bunch of people outside their cars and you're in a national park, you know that means something big's happening. It's a bear. And she's got 2 cubs with her too, look. I'm surprised there's not a park ranger here yet, for sure. Usually they come real fast. Especially since it's a mama, it could get really angry. She's backing up. That's crazy. She's trying to cross the road. We have to keep backing up.
Are you ready if you could back up a little more?
Alright.
On this side of the car.
Oh my goodness. And good morning, Grand Teton mountain range. Look at that. It's a bit clearer than yesterday. Alright, so to teach you a little something, that's Grand Teton right there. That's the glacier, and then that's Mount Owen. And so to see how it works is like, that's where the glacier is. And what happens is, it just like the water fills up in here, and that's what creates the glacier. Because the glacier is really just a giant formation. Because I asked about this the other day, and I was like, what makes a glacier different than like a mountain? It's just like, a glacier is a formation of like ice and rock together that make like a giant butte, hill, mountain kind of thing. So that's the little bit of a difference. Don't get me wrong, there's probably some more technical difficulties. I know a geologist or somebody would probably get on my back right now about it, but like, simply said, that's what a glacier is. Alrighty, we are now out on Jenny Lake. We're gonna go do some hiking, but you can either take the long way out to the hike and do your own hiking of an extra 4 miles round trip, or you can just take the boat ride to the trailhead. Look at that. Oh man, that is beautiful. Alright, so now we are hiking to Inspiration Point and into Cascade Canyon. Cascade Canyon, you can go as far as you want. You can go for like miles and miles and miles. But we're just going to go partly in to check out what it's like. To get to here where the boat took me, you can take either your own 2-mile hike out there to the beginning of this trailhead that I'm on now. Or you can take the boat, and the boat gives you like beautiful views of the mountain over the water. It really does save you a lot of time and energy though. It's 4 miles back and forth if you were to go by yourself. And then, just look at that. I mean, this is probably some really nice trail. All this area is such untouched trail. It's beautiful. Now we're heading into the canyon. We passed the Inspiration Point. It's just like a 500-foot elevation above the lake that you can see. But now we're going actually into the canyon. Whoa, that's what's up. Oh man. It goes on and on. You can kind of see where the glacier was. Anytime you see like a big dip like that, you can kind of bet that it's a glacier that was there, and it's melted now. And that's actually what created this whole area and down into the lake. We are now back at Inspiration Point. There's Hidden Falls down there.
Rockefeller to do it. Rockefeller.
And now we're here at Hidden Falls. That is actually a really nice waterfall. And right now they have tons of like ice and snow melting from the hard winter they had. So it's really flowing right now. You know what? Now I kind of feel like a hypocrite because like I feel like I keep saying like this is the most untouched, like beautiful place, but like to be honest, like no matter where you are, there's somewhere nearby you that's like beautiful, untouched nature that you can go and like explore. And like all you gotta do is go Google search like what is there to do near me in like this state, like what nature trails near me in whatever city. Like I'm sure you'll find something. And if you don't even want to do the research, message me and be like, Luke, I live here, I'm looking for something to do, can you give me suggestions? I'm here for that. Like I will do that for you. So I want you to get out and experience the nature a little bit, a new city, a new environment maybe, because once you get that, like once you get that first feeling, that first experience, you'll want to do it again and again, and it's just life-changing. It's amazing. So I highly encourage you to go Google search it or to message me. I'll be more than willing to help you out. This is perfect. You have literally no excuse to go out and hike, because that kid right there, I just walked by him, he's actually on crutches and he hiked all the way up here on crutches. Check out what they call the cathedral group here in the Tetons. So many mountains next to each other, I can't believe it. So many mountains. I think that's Mount Moran right there. Alright, so there's the mountain range. There's the mountain range again. It's still so smoky, it's so disappointing yet. Oh my gosh, this is still cool. That's just crazy how that smoke can do that. Those wildfires burn forever. Create a lot of smoke. Now we're looking over Jackson Lake. Look at that. Probably one of the last few good looks at the park before I head north into Yellowstone. Going over the Jackson Lake Dam too is a really, really nice view. Look at that. I just wish it wasn't so smoky. Alrighty, so we are leaving Grand Teton National Park now, going up to Yellowstone. You take the John D. Rockefeller Memorial Parkway. There's actually a really interesting story about why it's called that. Rockefeller started buying up land so that he could later resell it to the government because they wanted to grow Yellowstone, and he was doing it like all in secret so that like nobody would like up the price since they know it's him and he can afford it. I don't know what happened exactly afterwards because I don't think that Yellowstone bought it. I don't think the government bought it. And the person who was telling the story was on the dock while I was on the boat, and so the boat pulled away and I missed it. So you might want to look that up, but that is just an interesting fact. So now this connects Yellowstone and Grand Teton, and it's a pretty nice forest. And it's kind of odd because it only lasts like 10 miles maybe 15, no, more like 10 miles. And then you get to the Yellowstone South entrance, which by far one of the most beautiful entrances to the park. I love it. It's definitely recommend if you can come in or leave that way. Look at that tree though. It's literally about to fall in. And if you take the time to stop, one of the first things you do when you enter the park on the southern end is Moose Falls here. It's a really short, easy hike, like a 1/10 of a mile. And then as you drive in the park, like you think it's just like the forest that you see up here, but there's a whole canyon created by the Lewis River that you can see and look down at. There's several pull-offs you should definitely pull off and look at. And then fun fact, while some forest fires are bad, like the ones that we create, there are times when natural forest fires happen and they let them go because it clears out like nature and like lets fresh nature come, and I'm assuming that's what a lot of this stuff came from. It's like a natural forest fire. All that out there, you can see it all the way over there too. And then what's cool is that as you enter the park, since Yellowstone is a fairly highly elevated park, in some places you go up to like 8,000 feet, you eventually get level with the river here, and it's a lot calmer up here, and then they have a waterfall. And of course it's properly called Lewis Falls. Here you go, as an example, this is a type of natural forest fire that they let it run its course so that it could like clear out the brush and so that like all the stuff could clear down. So it's a natural process which is really interesting. Fun fact, did you know that Yellowstone has a lake? Yes, it is a giant lake. Luckily I found a portion that's pretty clear, but like most of it's still fogged up from all the smoke. But yeah, they have a massive lake you can bring a boat on. Is that an animal out there or a piece of wood? It's a piece of wood, I think. I wonder if that's like a boat tour you can do too. He's coming this way. Huh. But it's a beautiful lake. Alright, so we are now at the mud volcano here. It's a bunch of like mud pots. And if you don't know anything about all these geysers and basins and things like that, is that a lot of it has to do with sulfur. And if you don't know what sulfur smells like, think about rotten eggs, you know, the smell of gas they tell you to get rid of. If you smell it in your house, you gotta call the gas people. That's what it smells like. It's almost like it's alive. And you know, there's one thing that like through making all these videos, the one thing that I can't wait till the day that you can push smell and like feeling through video. Like the day that happens, it'll be amazing, especially that smell thing. I've been waiting for that day for past year now. I know it's a long ways off, but and then right across the street they have these sulfur cauldrons, which I mean, oh my gosh, man, if you have a weak stomach, don't come here. You cannot. Oh my gosh, it smells so bad. It's so funny. That so smells nasty, gives you like a nasty feeling, yet you have something so beautiful in the background, a beautiful river, yet that just gives you stinky, nasty vibes. Alright, so what's really weird though is like I came here last year and I remember coming here, but I don't remember this at all. This is not what I remember any part of Yellowstone being. It's like a prairie, it's like a valley, it's like wide open. Like Yellowstone is so diverse, that's why I love this park, and there's always something new to find. And check it out, we got a big buffalo. He's coming our way. I'm gonna wait. Come on, come on. I'm not sure he's coming down this way. Maybe he is, huh? No, not really. But while I'm here, I'm gonna correct myself. This is actually a bison. A buffalo is more appropriately used to reference a water buffalo. This is a bison. This is what they have in Montana. This is what they have in all the places that have been around this area. The proper term is bison. Buffalo is for water buffalo. Just want to make it clear. And it turns out that actually right across the street there's a whole like herd of them. Look at them all down there. You can't go all the way down there. But it's kind of frustrating because we're sitting here waiting in traffic. I don't know why. This is something you'll know. You gotta learn this now. It's like if you come like during the summer, during like a peak time of a national park, there will be a lot of sitting and waiting in traffic because right now I don't know why. We'll find out shortly. But sometimes there's construction. Sometimes people are looking at animals. Sometimes people don't know how to drive. You know, all kinds of things. So just be prepared for it. Well, there we go. We have the answer. There's a whole other herd of bison on that side, and just people don't know how to find a spot, or if there is no spot, move along. Like if there's no spot, you're gonna have to move along. You can't just sit there and wait and block us all. That's something that people have to learn. Oh my gosh, there's a whole lot of them. There's some more over there. There's a lot of them. Look, see, the park ranger's getting angry. The park ranger just pulled out. The park ranger's been waiting in the line with us. He just got angry enough to go out there. He's gonna go take care of it. He's gonna tell people to get moving. I like him. I like you, park ranger. I love you. However, one of the things that we can't control is when the buffalo like to either cross the road or pretend like they're a car and go down the road. I'm finally getting pretty close to them, but it's still pretty slow. Oh, there goes one. He's gonna try to cross the road. Right behind that car, he's crossing the road. Even though I find it annoying that people are taking so slow, I like, oh man, they just closed the door. They had their door wide open. I like that. Minivan, smart idea. I like it. One last goodbye. Look at the little babies down there. Goodbye, buffalo. I mean, bison. There will be plenty of more of you to see, so I don't need to wait and hold everybody up. And then when you think it's over, it's not. And I think this one is actually angry at the car. He was staring at him for a while. Alrighty, we finally made it out. I cannot imagine, look how much dead wood there is. That's a giant fire that must have done that. You don't really realize the scale of these wildfires when they happen. It's ridiculous. I mean, just look at how those things are all dead. All the way up this mountain, down the valley, up the other mountain. Woo! And then it might be kind of hard to see, but you see that little dot there at the top of the mountain? That's a fire lookout. That's gotta be what it is. They usually put those on top of really tall mountains so they can scout out those wildfires when they start. Woo! Let's go. See, I have a feeling that most people don't think of Yellowstone as this when they think of Yellowstone National Park. I mean, prove me wrong, let me know, but I don't think most people expect this when they come to Yellowstone. They expect Old Faithful, that's pretty much. We got another roadblock. Look at that, another roadblock. Oh, it's so annoying sometimes. All right, so we are now here at Calcite Springs. Well, first of all, there's like these weird rock formations out there. It's like a bunch of, it looks like a bunch of pillars. And then down there. Alrighty, goodbye Yellowstone until next time. Because I already came twice, I'm probably gonna come again. Off to Beartooth Highway! Like, for real, I never would have expected this in Yellowstone. Alrighty, my friends, welcome to Beartooth Highway. This is just the beginning of it, if I understand correctly. Plus, it's kind of smoky still. But look at all the mountains. It's like the Tetons, man. All along. If you could, there's actually a road that goes somehow, I think, over these into Cody, Wyoming, because right now we're north. We're on the border of Montana and Wyoming. And we are high elevation. Right now we're at 8,000, we're going up to 11,000. Let's go. So there's this random, like, unmarked, it's very poorly marked, falls that you can come and check out right off the highway. Literally, it's like 200 feet off. Look at that. Woo! It's roaring. Rainbow. But you go over like a bridge, like a car bridge, and that's where it is. It's like the only bridge that you go over. That's how you know where it is. Otherwise, it's so poorly marked. You just pull off on the side of the street right there, and you're here. Woo! Alright, we are now 9,811 feet above sea level. Oh my goodness. This is probably the best vantage point I have ever been to in my entire life. Oh my gosh. Oh my, why is it so smoky? No. It's so freaking amazing. Look at that. Oh my. You're so close to the clouds here. That is what's up. I feel like I could touch them. Then you have like white peaks. Check it out. This is probably like my favorite view. Just look at how perfect that is. The clouds, that mountain butte kind of thing right there. The sun shining on it and then half not on it. Then you have like the water down there. Yo. And there are people who live here like year round, I guess. Or maybe not year round because they might not do it in the winter, but because it's a fire lookout, so there's people in there. There's 2 cars. I heard people inside. They live here, at least during the lookout time. That is awesome. And just look at that. There's a long windy road up here too. Look at that. That is so awesome. I mean, for me, literally, the coolest thing is how close you are to the clouds. It's like I can touch them. That is so awesome. Like, look at that. It looks like it's like literally feet away. I mean, of course, it's not feet away. It's probably like a good 100, 200, 300 maybe, but it just looks so attainable. And then I have a feeling that way back there, that's the tallest peak. Right there. Granite's Peak, I think. But I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that at all. That's just me guessing. Just check out the route of this road, man. Watch this. We are totally going on like the edge of the mountain. Oof. Down the canyon. Oh man. Look at that. Over the edge and below. And then check out the waterfall. They're just all over the place, man. And then literally we just came around the corner through like 2 mountains. There's this massive lake. Beartooth Lake. Oh my goodness. What? I'm going down. Oh, there's a campground here too. This is the place to stay. That rock right there is cool. Oh, that must be Butte. That's Beartooth Butte. That's what that is. I wonder how cold the water is. Whoa! It's super warm! You could easily swim in this. What? It's like, we're at like 11,000 feet. No, we're at like 9,000 feet. And it's pretty chilly out, but the water is so warm. I think it's Island Lake. It wasn't marked, but Island Lake is next on the map. That's even cooler. The clouds right there. I mean, this is crazy. Like, at the top of this mountain, it's like flat at the top. There's tons of lakes, like, and all these like rocks that remind me of like Stonehenge kind of thing. It is just beautiful up here. You really have to come up here if you come anywhere near this area. I mean, it just doesn't stop. Another lake! Are you kidding me? That is so awesome! Now that is definitely pure wilderness. You can't get any. And then look at that, you literally keep going up and up and up. Those are all the lakes. You literally go into the clouds. Look, you can no longer see the butte that was right there. This is ridiculous! Oh my gosh, let's go. All right, we're at the summit, 10,497 feet. 10,497 feet. That is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. I mean, just look at that. When you go up to the top, you just keep going in and out of the clouds. Like, that's just so cool to see them move. You go in and out of them. Ridiculous. Oh my gosh, my hand is freezing right now. Oh snap, look at that. Oh my goodness. I mean, look at that. That is so awesome. We were up there in the clouds. That is awesome. You got the lake down there. Oh my goodness. There's even a trail that you can hike. Oh my gosh, it is freezing up here. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh snap, it's cold. I'm wearing t-shirts. Oh, it's not too long. Oh yeah, 5 miles. Okay, that's long. Woo, man. Oh snap. That is sad. I don't even know where the ground is. Oh man. I mean, it's pretty flat up here. There's even like, they have ski lifts that go all the way up here. It's ridiculous. Look, you can see like it extends and extends. That is the craziest thing up here. Oh my gosh, this is by far the coolest drive I've ever done and probably ever will do. I need to fly up here. Look, there's the ski lift. Like, what the heck? I don't know if they still use it or what, but oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright, we're still here at the top. Speed limit says 70 miles an hour. No way! This is all downhill. There's no way you're going 70. Oh man. Now that makes a little more sense. 35 miles an hour. I mean, really. Seriously. Whew. Took them long enough. But I mean, look at that. Seeing the like sun trying to shine through and man. And then we literally just drove across the 45th parallel. That means we are literally halfway to the North Pole or the South Pole, whichever one you want to be going towards. We're literally in the middle of the world. Latitude talking, not like there's no real literal middle of the world unless you go to the core, but like on the surface, talking latitude, we're in the middle. That is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, there was a deer up here and I scared him away. How is he up this, man? I'd be scared of falling, dang it. He was hopping around too. Oh man. Oh, snap. We have to go down all of that. Oh man. That is ridiculous. Oh man, this is gonna suck. The sky though. Whew. Whoa, what is this? This must be like, this has gotta be like an oil processing facility or something. Look at all those lights. I saw this from like 20 miles away? No, 15 miles away. I was wondering what it is, but there's definitely gotta be like oil processing. Goodness. Dang. It's massive. That's crazy. I've never seen anything like this before. Whoa. That is some big machinery. Alrighty guys, that is going to be it for today. First of all, okay, people have asked me what is the best thing I've ever done. That is by far the best thing I have ever done, was riding Beartooth Highway. Like, that was the most spectacular thing I've ever seen and ever done. It like beats even skydiving. Like, I went skydiving, it goes by so fast, like you don't get to really enjoy the view. It's like a minute of free fall and then like a couple minutes of like other stuff, but that was by far the most beautiful thing ever. I totally recommend, like, if you go into Yellowstone, you have to go through the northeast entrance. That is where Beartooth Highway is. It's amazing. But tomorrow, I don't even know what I have in store for tomorrow. That's one of the great things about this, is like I just kind of go with the flow. So we will find out what I'm doing tomorrow. But if you guys have any questions about Yellowstone, Grand Tetons, about anything about traveling, the United States, Europe, whatever it is, budgeting, saving up money, whatever it is, feel free to reach out to me. I'm here for you guys. I want to help you guys learn more about yourselves, find out what you want to do with your life before you decide to go to college, because I don't necessarily think it's right for everybody. Yeah, I said that. I don't think it's right for everybody, especially now that debt is such a big problem. So feel free to reach out to me. Share this video with anybody you think who wants to travel, who just wants to live vicariously through me, or who wants to learn how to travel on a low budget, because that's what I do. So until the next video, which will be tomorrow, obviously, share with somebody you know, hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss an upload, and I will catch you all in the next video. Until then, high five!